sure you sat around and watched all the games this weekend, Elite Eight games, Sweet 16 games, and now we are into the Final Four, the women's Final Four. We got UConn versus Iowa, and then we have South Carolina versus NC State. What's your predictions on what's going to happen this coming weekend?
You know, I'm a gravy train dude, and even an old commercial about the gravy train. I'm gonna stay on my caboose, my main train, and stay with the South Carolina Gamecocks throughout the tournament. But man, these other teams have proven to be serious challengers to the throne. The UConn game, man, that's going to be a tough one, man. UConn,
Iowa, that's going to be crazy.
I think Iowa is a much smaller team, I think, than most of their opponents throughout the year, but they've proven that doesn't really matter, if anything. I got to go. Caitlin Clark's on a roll, and her teammates are right behind her. Even though Paige Beckers is playing well, I got to go Iowa. I got to go Iowa against South Carolina State, man. I think that's going to be the final matchup, and South Carolina State going to win it all.
South Carolina, not South Carolina State.
I mean South Carolina. South Carolina State. I'm thinking of HBCUs.
So you don't think NC State has? They're not going to be able to win.
I don't think NC State has a snowball's chance.
What'd you think of the?
Sorry, they made this far. Yes.
Right. What'd you think of the 12.3 million people who watched the Iowa versus LSU game?
That's an amazing stat, man. I mean, that's way more than they watched the Denver Nuggets final last in the NBA Nuggets the NBA championship final. I mean, that was way more than them. I knew it was going to be a high number, but I didn't think it was going to be that many people, man. But people came out in droves.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Women's game's taking off.
I just think that I mean, I just can't go up against South Carolina in any of these games because they're just. I keep repeating myself over and over again.
Right.
They're deeper than everybody else. You know,
they are.
It's just that
they
simple.
Are.
It would have to take like an incredible performance from one or two players from NC State, Iowa, or UConn, whichever one matches them, to even remotely come close to that. Now, LSU has given them some good run. There's a couple other teams that have taken them down to the last couple of minutes, but they just figure out a way. And I think Don is a master with the X's and O's.
I think so.
And figuring out the other team's weakness and just exploiting it over and over and over again, right?
That's what you got to do, man.
Yeah, of the three teams that are left outside of South Carolina, none of those teams have a big, like a real big, and Cardozo should just go bananas.
She should
against any one of those. But with that being said, Caitlin Clark may take you home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He reminds me when Carmelo won a championship with Syracuse. It was basically Carmelo and the Miracles, and he took them all the way to the championship, right?
Yeah. He was a one-man show.
Yeah. I mean, she looks so like if you press up against her, she's going to get 12, 13, 14 assists. If you don't press up against her, she's going to give you a 40 piece,
Right.
So it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't, with her. Then the rest of the teammates, they're adequate enough to win a championship without a doubt, right?
Yeah.
But then on the flip side of that, Paige is doing kind of the same thing, So I don't know, man. I think it's going to be incredible. If I had to make a prediction, I would say Iowa over UConn, South Carolina over NC State, and then for the championship, I will take in a nail biter. I'll take South Carolina.
Could be, it's like football. It's like any given Sunday, the teams are playing so well, but it's just right down to the wire, man. These ladies are just really going at it. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. The separation she gets. If she gets separation, she's going to drop the jumper on you. But if you do happen to pull up on her, she's going, like you said, she's going to throw that dime. And it's just you're in a lose-lose situation either way with her. Her teammates, they've practiced that so much with her throwing those assists. They're right there on top of it. So yeah, it's tough, man. I still got South Carolina, like you said, winning it all. So we'll
she's
see.
so confident right now, man. It's just like
she is.
I mean, she's just like throwing up shots from the logo, just doing what. I mean, it's just kind of like she's just doing whatever. She's actually the first person that reminds me of Curry, like Steph Curry, like men, women, whatever. Right? She's the first person I can honestly say that looks like Steph Curry. Like she's
Yeah,
not guardable
yeah.
right now, and she can hit almost any shot from the outside.
Almost any.
So
I mean,
yeah, she's a dominate. She's
yeah, her
dominate.
range is crazy.
Yeah, the range is ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, that's the
all right. So
main
you
thing.
got South Carolina. Well, we know you was going with South Carolina. That's your girlfriend's team.
Of course, man.
So-
Of course, can't let my girl down all day.
All right, Mark, when are you going to get the South Carolina gear, man? I'm surprised you ain't got South Carolina hats on, T-shirts, all.
Oh,
that
I do. I got have a hat around here somewhere and a T-shirt around somewhere. So I just I won't rock it until the final buzzer. After we win that, I'm gonna
Right.
be able to
Oh, it's we
prancing
now.
around
Oh,
with
it's we now. It's we.
it. Yeah, we. You know, I've entrenched myself in the South Carolina Gamecock fan club, and I'm part of the team, man. I'm part of the team. Go Gamecocks!